Hello everyone, this is Siddharth, and in this video we will be solving another question from the list that I have shared with you in the start of this playlist. That is, and in this video we will be solving hash 75 on LeetCode, which is sort colors. So in this question, or let me tell you first what we are doing in this playlist. So in this playlist we are solving all those questions which are related to each other. Means the concept of the first question is like we will be using that in the upcoming videos. So and you can like if you are watching my video, then you can like, if you will watch or if you have already watched some video, then you can see that we are using the same concepts again and again in each question. So and this will be helping you like memorizing some basic function or the standard methods, and that will like you will not like be forgetting this for a long period of time. So now like let's read this question and try to solve this as well. So we have given an array, and it is each element is in this array is representing three colors, that is red, white and blue. So 0 is representing red and white is representing 1, and 2 is being represented by blue. So now what we have to do, we have to pair the adjacent colors in the same place, or have to like we have to pair the same color adjacent. So how we can do that? So let's see. So 0, let's take first array as an example, 202 110, 202 110. Now what should be the required array? That will going to be, we have to pair the same color adjacent, so 0011 and 22. So how we can do that? First we can use arrays dot sort. Obviously this will going to be the one line solution for this question, but obviously this is we don't want to do in the interview. So what we have to do now, we can use count sort here, count sort technique. For that we can count the number of zeros, then number of one, then number of twos. So after and after doing this, we just have to modify our array. Like we have to like add 2 times zeros, then 2 times 1 and 2 times 2. How we can do that? We can maintain 3 variable, count 0, count 1 and count 2, and then we will be modifying the array by running for loop again and again up to the length of these variable times. And now the next solution can be, we can use three pointer, that is low, mid and high. Now we will separate out this array in these three pointer, as there are only three colors. So low is pointing in the start, low and mid will be pointing to the first element of this array, so 0 0 1 1 2 and 2. So low should be here and mid should be here as well, and then high. So if we will be encountering 0, then we will be swapping low with mid, and we will be incrementing low plus plus. And otherwise if we are encountering 1, then we will be doing mid plus plus, otherwise we will be decrementing high minus minus. So what we are basically doing, we are making three boundaries. So the first boundary will be containing 0, and the middle boundary will be containing 1, and the end boundary containing the 2. So this is the another approach. So now let's use this approach first, or we can say we will be solving this question using this first approach. So now let's try it out. So first what we have to do, we have to make three variables. Count, let's make it count 0 is equals to 0, and then count 1 is equal to 0 as well, and then count 2 is equals to 0 as well. Now what we have to do, we have to count for these two numbers. So let's start in for loop. Int I should be less equals to 0, I should be less than nums dot length, and then I plus plus. Now we just have to compare the current element. So if the current element, which is nums I, if it is equals to 0, then we have to increase the count 0 plus plus, and in other condition will be, sorry for that, else if, and this will going to be if nums I is equals to is equals to 1. If this is the case, then we have to increment the count 1 value. So count plus 1 plus plus. And in the else part, what we have to do, we have to increment the count of 2. So count 2 plus plus. Now after this, what we have to do, we have to modify the array so that we have to include count we have to include 0 for count 0 times, 1 for count 1 times, and 2 for count 2 times. So for that, how what we can do, we can use 3 loops. And also we have to maintain an index that will be keeping the track of the index in the given array. For that, we can make a global variable. So int global is equals to 0. Now what we have to do, we have to start 3 loops. So int I should be this I is starting from global, so that we will be tracking the index of the array we are currently on. So now what we have to do, we have to do count should be greater than 0, and then I plus plus. Now we have to check if uh, if this is greater than 0, then we have to what we have to do, we have to store the value of 0 for the this I index. So nums of I should be equals to 0, and then we are doing global plus plus, and then decrementing the count 0. So count 0 minus minus. So what we are basically doing, we are storing the number of 0 and decrementing its count. So this is the basic approach. Now let's copy this loop for 3 times, paste, and then again. Now in this we have to check for this count 1, and then here we have to store 1, and this will be count 1 minus minus. And here also we have to check for this will be count 0, this will be count 1, this will be count 2, and this will be count 2. Here we have already updated this. Now I think we can run this question. Okay, so this is an error. Nums, this should be nums, not num. So nums and then nums. Okay, now let's try to run. Okay, so there is another error here. Count 0 should be greater than 0, count 1 should be greater than 0 as well. Now let's try to run this. Another issue, here we have to store 2, sorry for that. So let's try to run this again. Okay, let's try to submit this as well. So we have successfully solved this question. See you in the next video. Bye.